Okay, here's the last bit of that red. Alright, so one of the subscribers was asking if it's possible to make a red flash without red gum. So I'm gonna see if something I found online will work. This is just gonna be for a little over a gram. I'm not trying to make 10 grams or anything like that. So the weird thing is that on the site, the pyro data, it only had it as 13, 3, and 3, which was like 19. So I'm like, that's kind of weird. Usually they give you the measurements in 100. So anyways, I went ahead and just changed the ratio. So here I have aluminum, which is just a pound of aluminum, 23 micron or negative 325 mesh. I've used this before, but I think this is more for a glitter. It doesn't really ignite easily, but this aluminum dark pyro does light pretty good, and I'm sure any kind of aluminum you have will work. So for those watching, if you don't have this aluminum I'm sure will work, or whatever aluminum you have. It doesn't specify, like, you know, magnesium is magnesium. You can't use just aluminum, so that's one of the things that might not work for you if you're going to use that. So anyways, let's go and get started. So I'm going to do 1.3 of strontium nitrate, 1.3 grams. I'm going to have to crush this up because you can see that it's kind of crystallized, so it's not going to mix well, or, you know, but you don't want to try to grind it with a mortar and pestle if you have the aluminum mixed in there, because that's not going to be good for you. So I'm just going to do it as a rough mixture right now. It'll probably burn better if I can get it, you know, on the ball mill, but I'm not going to do that right now. I do have a mortar and pestle, which I might do, but for now we're just going to do it this way. So that's 1.3 grams right there. And I'll see if I can get it focused on that, because I am using my GoPro, so it's not really easy to get the camera situated to where it'll focus. So then I need 0.3 grams of sulfur, so that's 0.2. See if I can, oh, 0.4. Well, that's gonna be all right. It's not a big deal. And then last we'll do 0.3 aluminum, but for this one I'm gonna use the dark aluminum pyro instead of the aluminum that I use for my, what do you call it, D1 glitter mix. So this guy, very fine, so it's pretty nice. And we'll also do 0.3 on this guy. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe whenever you just mix something together like this, it's called a green mixture. So I haven't ball milled it or anything like that, so it's not going to be mixing up as perfect as it should be. But, you know, this is just a little quick test to see if it'll even work. Now this aluminum, this dark aluminum, it works really good. I'm so glad I bought it when I did, because I use it for my red flash mixtures, and it burns with a really nice dark red. Also, it's really good whenever I actually did the video on my, what was it? It was my, I can't believe that hasn't even registered anything on the grams. It should have already registered 0.3, because that's a lot of aluminum, but somehow it didn't pick up anything on the measurement, which is kind of weird, because this guy, let's see, yeah, see, this guy weighs, I don't know, it's kind of weird. It seems like it's a lot of aluminum in there without actually showing up on the screen, so let's just leave it there. Like I said, this dark aluminum pyro, or this dark aluminum, it works really good. I used it with my flash crackers, if you remember on my other video, and that one had a very loud bang, and it didn't have any issues igniting or blowing up. I mean, that thing was super spot on. It was loud, so I really do like this one. I try not to use as much of it because I just don't want to buy another pound. I probably could. It's still available, but I like using something like this. It's kind of cheaper, that I really don't care about. I do have 1.5 pounds of magnesium, so that should last me a while. But so right there is the mixture. Try not to breathe that stuff in, but right there looks like it's a pretty good mixture. So let's go test it out and see what happens. All right, have to wait till it gets a little bit darker. There it goes. So it is a little bit red versus before it was just white because of the extra aluminum. So it in fact is red. So I'm gonna wait till it gets a little bit darker and then we'll see what happens.